Hi everybody, we're going to get started now. Thanks again for joining the webinar. We're going to try to run through this pretty quickly. I know everybody's got a lot of things to take care of on their plate. Everybody's busy, so I won't take up too much of your time. My name is Robin Diddell. I'm the Director of Product Management here at Awareness. I think most of you were on the last webinar, so that was great. So hopefully you found that of value. So essentially what we're going to do is I'm going to give a high-level overview of some of the new features that were added to the product on Sunday, May 15th, just a few days ago, and then jump into a quick demo of those and give you a quick overview of some of the things that are coming down the pipe too, so you can know what to expect from the hub. If you have any audio issues, definitely ask for that dial-in info via the WebEx chat, and we will get that to you as quickly as possible. And if you are having any problems hearing me, definitely let me know. I actually just got one note from somebody who's having a hard time hearing me. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, looks like that's all taken care of. So one thing you might notice is that the name that shows up in the chats and on WebEx is Mike Lewis. I'm not Mike Lewis. This is Robin Diddell again, just to make sure everybody's aware of that. If you've got any questions too, definitely just ask them through the chat and put them to all panelists. So myself or one of the other panelists will get back to you on those, either right at that point or perhaps towards the end of the session. And also I want to let you know that the webinar is being recorded right now, and we will be posting it online in our customer support community, so you'll be able to have access to it there. So don't feel like you got to rush and take notes and take screenshots of everything you're seeing. We'll make sure this is all available. So let me just hop on to the next slide. So like I said, we're going to give overview of new features, quick demo, talk about things that are coming down the pipe, and any questions that you guys have. So some of the new features and enhancements that were made available during the last production push. The first one, which is a big one, was a new version of the publish page. So this is where you'd be creating content and publishing it to your social channels. This was not turned on for all of our clients right away. This was that we're still doing some last little tweaks and fixing some bugs and stuff like that, but we've made it available to a select group of clients that we've reached out to, and they've already started to provide some great feedback, so that's been helpful. If any of you want to get access to the page and also be involved in the beta testing, definitely let us know. We're not opening it up to everybody just because we want to kind of control the amount of feedback that comes in before we open up to everybody. So but definitely reach out to myself, customer support, or your account rep, and we'll get that turned on for you. And I'll walk you through that in a little second. So the page was optimized for publishing to our social channels. One of the big pieces of feedback that we got from clients once we started using the hub was it was a little complicated on publishing, and it was overwhelming, all the different options. So we definitely trimmed it back, made it a lot smarter, and so it didn't present you with options that weren't relevant for what you're trying to do. The narrower focus allowed us to improve the usability and performance and overall quality quite a bit. And a lot of the decisions that were made from a user experience standpoint were based off of both direct feedback from all of you and also analysis of how everybody was using the page and the product as a whole. So we did a lot of analysis of the channels that were being published to, what combinations of channels were being published to, what sort of information was being published to those channels, all that sort of stuff in combination with the feedback we've been getting, either through support or through your account reps or directly to me. It was all kind of incorporated into what you'll see in the new design. And again, I'll walk through that in a second. And again, so like I said, it's only available to a select group of clients right now, and we made available to more afterwards, and especially after the June production push. We anticipate taking the beta label off of it and making it available more broadly. Another feature we added was user-specified time zones. Previously to this Sunday's production push, there was only one time zone that was set up for each of your hubs. So usually during the onboarding process, we would ask you what time zone your hub needed to be in, Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Time, if it was, GMT, whatever it may be, and all your users had to work with that time, which meant if they were not in that time zone and they wanted to schedule a publish of a content, they would have to do a plus or minus, offset based off of the difference between their time zone and whatever the hub was set up. So we've now made that a user, we've given the users the ability to override that. So now they can specify their own time zone. All the publishing of content is based off their local time zone, so it definitely makes life a lot easier. Very helpful if your users are geographically dispersed across multiple time zones. Next, we've added channel health display. So on the channel listing page, we've added an icon that essentially tells you if your channel is healthy or not. And what that means is it'll say if it's green or red or gray, and red is essentially what you want to look out for. Red means that for some reason we can't publish to that channel. Sometimes it could be because the endpoint is down. So for example, if Facebook is down or Twitter is down, or if there's some issue with the authentication. So if the owner of the channel changed their password on Facebook, that could be it. Or like what we're seeing this week, there's an issue on Facebook where there's just the tokens that are stored in our system to allow us to publish on behalf of you are becoming invalid, and that's an issue that Facebook is actively looking into, and we've been in communications with them to get that fixed. It's affecting tens of thousands of, actually I think much more than that, probably in the hundreds of thousands of users range. So they're getting that fixed, hopefully sooner rather than later. But this is a handy feature to let you know why you can't publish to a certain channel or why you're not getting stats on certain channels. It'll help you identify things that need a little bit of attention, either from yourself or from us. So definitely a good timing for that. The last item there is the ability to publish to multiple Twitter channels simultaneously. This was a feature that we had in the product originally, and then after conversations with Twitter, they asked us to remove it because essentially it was something that they said violated their terms of service. They didn't want people to be spamming the same message across multiple Twitter accounts. And then, we had some good conversations with them. We explained the use cases about, brands like yourself trying to have a consistent message across all your properties. And, after a few conversations, they understood the usage of it, and they said we could definitely re-add it to the product, so we have. So that's great. It's a feature that many other tools out there, some free tools, even like Hootsuite, have that kind of feature. So it was important for us to have that in there so that you guys as marketers could have all the tools you need to keep that consistent message. Beyond that, you'll notice there was a lot of improvements in the product from a overall quality standpoint. We closed off a ton of different bugs. We handle a lot of issues that allow us to better scale as we have more and more clients, more and more users. You're publishing more, there's more and more channels. So overall, there's a lot of new enhancements to the product. And again, if you have any questions, definitely fire them through the chat. But for right now, I'm planning on jumping into a quick little overview of those features we just talked about. So I'm in the hub here. I'm in my own version of the hub, demoing it from there for right now. So the first thing, the one quick little thing that you'll notice is now you can select multiple Twitter channels, like I said, when you're publishing. Previously, we had to disable that based off of communication with Twitter, but now it's enabled, so you can publish the same thing to multiple Twitter channels. So that's definitely a very handy feature for all the marketers out there to keep that consistent message. The next thing you'll notice is on the channel listing page where it lists out all your channels, there's a new column here called Health. And essentially, there's a few different colors on here. There's more details posted in a post in our support community, so you can find out more details about this and all the other features I'm talking about. But you can see here, so all my channels are healthy, so that means stats are being aggregated for all these. If somebody makes a comment on content published to one of these channels, it's getting pulled in. If I try to publish to it, it's going to work. But what some of you will notice, especially on some of your Facebook channels, since Facebook's been having that issue, is that it'll be red. And then, what you can do is you can actually click on the icon to refresh it, so you're getting the most up-to-date information. And when it's red, that means that for some reason it's not working, and the reasons can vary. But usually the thing you'll want to do right away is go and re-authenticate that channel if you can. Oftentimes that'll fix the issue. Facebook is notorious for having authentication issues where it works one day and doesn't work the next, and usually you just gotta kind of give it a little push to make it work. So there's that. Let me hop over to the People tab, and I'll click into my page, my profile, and then you'll see there's another field down here under Account Details. There's a new field called Time Zone. The default value for everybody is going to be whatever their instance of the hub was set up as. So in this example, it's set up under America, Toronto. And then, I could change it. So if, maybe for a couple weeks I'm in Cairo, publish with the local time zone there, I can do that, and then I can hit save, and then when I go and publish, all my times are going to be reflective of that. The next thing I jump into is the bigger one I talked about, which was the new publish page. So only if you've been enabled as one of our beta testers will you see this right now. Aside from that, you'll still see the existing page until we turn it on for each of you. Let me jump into it. And so you'll notice it looks much like our quick publish box, and really a big extended version of it. It's really being optimized for publishing to social channels and leveraging the awareness channel as a landing page. So, for example, when you post a photo to Twitter, that's where that photo goes. Now, we focus a lot on performance. Initial page loads are fast. Minimum delays when loading different modules. No delays when typing. Minimal delays when publishing content. So we really focus a lot on the user experience. Both from a pure usability standpoint and also from a performance standpoint, and we think, it's a huge step in the right direction. All of our initial feedback, both from a usability and functional standpoint, is that it's a massive improvement, and we've had nothing but great feedback so far. So let me walk through a couple examples or a quick example of how to use it. So, so the first thing you'll notice is your message box. So, depending on what channels you're publishing to, this could be the message or it could be the title of your post if you're publishing to WordPress. I'll just do a quick example here. So you can see one thing that you'll notice that wasn't here on the existing page was the placeholder is added. Before it was automatically added after you'd published, and it was only added to the end. So you didn't have as much control as to where the link could be. So now you have that, and then you can go through and you can select all your different channels. So for example, if I want to publish this to Facebook, it's very explicit. You can see this is going to be posted to the wall. There's a link preview now on this page. Previously, this was only available in the quick publish box, so that's available here. It's, again, very, very explicit about what's getting published. That's the title of the link preview, the body, that's the image that's going to be published. Here's the message that's going to sit above it. You can tweak it if you need to. You can choose your audience. You can turn off the link preview. You can change the different tabs that you want to publish to. And then, you can minimize that if you don't need it. I can go and publish to my Twitter channel, and again, you can see all the different options here. The reason the Twitter options section didn't open automatically is because there's no required fields in here. Where in Facebook, there were required fields. So you come in here, and I can change this up a little bit. I can go, and add something, a little more Twitter specific. So you can see I've got, this is the message that's in general being sent out. I've tweaked it a little bit for Twitter. I can add additional copy that points to our landing page if I need to. And then, you can see all the different options that are also available for this. If I need to add some tags to it, you can see which channels these tags are applicable for. I can add campaign tags for later on when I need to do reporting, and I can start aggregate reports across content published for that channel. On Twitter, I can go through and I can attach a location to it. So if I'm talking about something specific, I just type in my address here, hit search, and I can move around on the map that marker to find out the exact location. I can upload photos, multiple photos if I need to. I can upload videos. I can upload other supporting files. And again, the one thing that we're consistent about doing is showing what channels these are appropriate for. I can go through and, as you can see during the previous example where I was showing the time zone, I can set a publish date specific to, as if I was in Cairo. So I can choose my date and time as to when something will be published. If I don't select the date and time, it will be published immediately. And the other thing you'll notice on the right-hand side, there's a little jump to box. So if I want to jump down to the Twitter options, I can click that and I can go down there quickly. You'll notice that the right column floats. So oftentimes, if you're publishing to quite a few different types of channels, before you might have forgot which channels you selected. Now it's always going to be appearing there, and you can see it. Let me select WordPress as an example. There's some enhancements we've done to the WordPress channels as well. So again, it's very explicit about what the title is. You can add your body here for that post on WordPress. And the other thing we're doing is now we're pulling in categories from WordPress. So before it was a little more difficult to publish to categories on your WordPress blog. Now these are all categories that were specified in my WordPress blog. We pull those in. You can select them, publish to it. And another thing that you'll definitely notice is that there's a lot less noise on the page. So previously, there were a lot of fields that may or may, well, in most scenarios, were not applicable for what you were doing. So those are not available on this page, and it should be a scenario where less is more. So you should be able to more quickly and more efficiently do your activities of publishing your content. Another thing which you'll notice is we've added a lot of what we're calling real-time validation. So before you'd fill out your information, you'd hit publish, and then a big box would jump up on the screen. It would say, oh, you forgot to add a photo, you need to add a video, all that kind of stuff. So now we do that as you're going through and selecting different tabs. So if I go through and select YouTube, and it'll tell me that I need to add a video, all that sort of stuff. So it's very, very intuitive. We've added lots of help text throughout, so that is all should make using this page extremely easy. And that's pretty much it. So, like I said, we think it's a huge improvement. All the initial usability feedback has been very, very positive. So, if you are interested in getting access to this, definitely let us know. Let myself, support, or your account rep know, and we'll get you access to it. One thing you'll notice is for right now, we still have a link back to the previous page. So if for some reason, again, because this is in the beta phase, there's some situation you come across where you can't do something exactly like you used to do, the old page is still there. You can still get access to it, so you're not stuck from that. So I just got a question in about using YouTube. Got a couple questions here, both about YouTube and WordPress. So why don't I address those right now since we're on this page. So one of them was about how YouTube will work. So let me walk through an example like that. Let me just refresh this page. So working from a fresh example. Okay. So if I want to select YouTube as my channel, So you can see that's going to be the title of your video. This is my description. Let me go and attach a video. Just 1 second. I think all my videos are quite large. Here's one I have. Might take a little while. I think it's about 30 megs. Let's just give that a sec to upload. So I think the question was specifically around publishing to YouTube and other channels simultaneously. So I'll walk through that example. Just wait for this to finish uploading. So the video is still being processed. So for some of the larger videos, you'll see this thumbnail, but it'll be updated as soon as the video is processed. But then let's say you also want to post to Facebook, for example. So let's go through. And you can see, so this would be your message that's posted to Facebook, and then you can add an additional title of the body, or title of the video here if you need to. Maybe this is. I don't remember exactly what the video is of. It's from CNET. I think it might be of a Mini Cooper. And then so you can see essentially the same thing will be posted to YouTube and to Facebook. So that's the message is there, the title's here, the description is here, the description is here. One of the questions coming in about the YouTube again is associating videos to playlists in YouTube and annotations. Those are things that we looked into, and at first glance it didn't seem like they're available via the API. So that isn't something that we have currently available. But with regards to tags and keywords, those are all things that you can add here. So you can see, so you can add your tags here, and these will be published along with the video to YouTube. And if you select other channels like Flickr to host your videos as well, it'll be posted there too. So I think those answer your questions. And again, if you have any more about YouTube specifically, definitely send them through, and I'll address those. There was another question about WordPress and categories. Let me just again refresh this page. We're starting over from the beginning. So essentially this is my WordPress channel that's set up. And you can see there's the title, the description, the body. So the title will go up there. You can see again, it's very explicit. This is the title here. This is my body. You can go through, you can do all the rich text stuff you need to do. Again, you can attach photos and all sorts of other stuff that you might need to publish. And then the categories are pulled directly from WordPress. So these, the question was specifically about how do we bring the categories from WordPress. And so these are just pulled through the WordPress API. So assuming you have categories set up for this blog on WordPress, we will pull them in and we will display them here. And then you can just check them off, and then we will associate this post on WordPress to those categories. Hopefully that answers the question. I think I understood the question correctly. Are there any other questions specifically about this page? Okay, I'm going to move on. That pretty much takes care of it for the demo. Let me hop back over to the PowerPoint. So some of the things that are coming up, I touched on this briefly during the last demo. I was hoping to show this to everybody during this demo. There's some last little things we're working on to get this available for everybody, specifically around some of the reports themselves. But right now, I think some of you do have access to the report cloud, so you're familiar with that. We've talked about it quite a bit. But sitting on top of that, we do have the social intelligence dashboard, which is something that we will be making available broadly very soon, which will allow you to move the data as much as you need, and go from there. So hopefully I'll be able to run you through this during our next webinar. But if you do have any questions about it, definitely shoot me a note or your account rep or support, and we can get you more information on this or anything else I've talked about during this demo. Okay, so let me jump into, there's been a few more questions that have come in. Let me jump into those. One of them was about setting up, again, back to the WordPress categories. Let me hop back into the demo. The question was, is there any setup that's required when you're setting up your channel to have the categories pulled in? And the question is no, it'll automatically happen. So if you do have categories set up on WordPress and you have a channel set up for that WordPress blog, then it'll automatically be pulled in. There's no additional setup needed. Then there's another question is about campaign tags. And so those are set up right here. So you can see we have both our tags that are published out to some of the social channels like YouTube, WordPress, SlideShare, and Flickr. And then you can attach your campaign tags here as well. So one of the things that we are working on for this next sprint is the ability to filter by those campaign tags in the content listing page. So there'll be additional filter there to help you find stuff. And again, all this stuff, all the campaign tags and the reports around campaign tags are available through the report cloud, so you can pull out information based off that. And then that'll be available in the social intelligence dashboard as well. So I think that answers that question about campaign tags. One more about how do you assign campaign tags. It's really just free form text. So if the campaign tag, I don't know, just because I was talking about this at lunch, Old Spice could be your campaign tag. Maybe there's a campaign around that. Maybe there's your Super Bowl campaign. You just go through, you free form it. Maybe it's your your back to school special, whatever it may be. You just put those in here, and then those are associated to these posts. And then via the report cloud and intelligence dashboard, you can report based on those campaign tags, so you can see all the all the comments that were pulled in based off the content published for this campaign. Okay, so I think that takes care of that one. Let me jump back over to PowerPoint. So again, we're just really wrapping up at this point. If there are any other questions, there have been some great questions. I definitely appreciate it when you ask questions. Having it interactive is a lot more fun than me just talking. So thanks again for asking the questions you have. And if you have any more, definitely don't hesitate to ask them now, or you can contact me. My email address is there. You can message me on Twitter, either DM me or just send me a message. And that would be great. Or, contact your account rep or even support. So there's a lot of different avenues here, and we'll make sure we get you the answers we need. And we'll go from there. So hopefully everything that you saw is going to make your lives easier and allow you to do that much more with the hub, and provide you a whole lot more value. So definitely look forward to the next webinar. We'll have some more exciting stuff to share with you. And lots more to come even beyond that throughout the rest of the summer and the rest of the year. I think it's going to be a great year for all of you and for us as well. So thanks again, everybody. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send them through. Okay. Thank you. Bye.